The movie Split is about Kevin Wendell Crump, who suffers from dissociative identity disorder and abducts three teenage girls, Claire, Marcia, and Casey. As the plot progresses, we find out that he intends to offer them to the Beast. The movie is made by the director M. Night Shyamalan, who has presented us in the past with great movies like The Sixth Sense and terrible ones like The Last Airbender. However, Split is just mediocre, and here's 7 reasons why. DID is a controversial disorder that psychiatrists still debate whether it exists or not. However, it represents a great theme for dramatic interpretation. M. Night Shyamalan did not seize this opportunity by only showcasing 3 alters of the 24 in the movie, and only briefly portraying 4 more. The movie lacks memorable scenes or lines, unlike Shyamalan's other work, for example, The Sixth Sense. Who among us could forget the famous line, "I see dead people"? As a horror movie, you expect to feel disgust or fear. But the most scary scene in the movie, where you find a Marcia devoured corpse, is obviously fake. And if you see series on TV like The Walking Dead, you probably have seen scarier scenes. As a thriller, you rarely feel anxiety, for the movie is frustratingly predictable. You know that Dr. Fletcher is going to die because the Beast needs to demonstrate its powers. You know that Marcia is going to die because she was labeled at the beginning of the movie as the slutty girl. And in scary movies, the girl who gets that label always ends up dead. However, you know that Casey is going to survive because she was labeled as the outcast version, and in most scary movies, that character survives. At the end of the movie, the Beast spares Casey's life because he finds out that she suffered like he suffered, because she was sexually and physically abused by her uncle. However, that makes for a strange argument. It's like whoever has suffered in the past somehow gets spared of further trouble in the future. Casey is emotionally disturbed, to say the least, which is understandable after everything she has been through. But Anya Taylor-Joy's performance for the character portrays her as cold and distant, which in consequence makes it difficult for the audience to sympathize with the character. The other twist is when we find out that the movie Split exists in the same universe as the movie Unbreakable, which would explain how Kevin got his superpowers, because in a universe where a superhero like David Dunn exists, then there surely would be a supervillain like the Beast or the Horde. However, we don't realize that until the very end of the movie. Meanwhile, our suspension of disbelief is broken because the explanations offered previously is insufficient to justify how Kevin gains such incredible strength and speed. Having said all that, the movie is not without merit. James McAvoy's performance was the redeeming feature in the movie. It was quite entertaining to watch him as he switched between characters, sometimes depending only on the tone of his voice, his facial expressions, and his body language. Even though the movie lacks memorable scenes and is not scary, McAvoy's performance is worth seeing, so I encourage you to go and watch that movie. And I would give it the rating of 5 out of 10. Today's discussion is about movies' endings. What movie did you find that it has such a powerful end that you would always remember the entire movie because of it? Let me know in the comments, and if you like the video, please share and subscribe.